I'm Delishia J. I'm 22 from Dallas, Texas, and this is Untitled. I'm originally from East Texas. My family is born in East Texas, but some things happened and I ended up getting a great second family. We migrated to Terrell, Texas, the home of Jamie Foxx, and things just took off from there. I did sports all through high school and all through middle school, and I knew I wanted to do music, but it was kind of in the way for me. I ended up taking piano lessons when I was a junior. I've always sung in the choir, and now that I've gotten into college, I've realized that, hey, you can take this farther than just being in your room or just singing in the choir. You can take this as far as you want to if you believe. So for me, it was just like, hey, once I realized I could achieve it, I started believing. I gravitated towards music because honestly, just in my life, I was going through a lot of hard things. Like, I was a foster care child, so for me, it was like to get through it at night. Like at night, living somewhere different, like not with your family, it's hard. So I'd turn on the radio and I just listened to the radio, like it'll put me to sleep. And that's just something it was a ritual for me. Like it would put me to sleep. So that's kind of like where I really gravitated toward music, and I knew that it was for me just because it's just how it made me feel. And then once I started, it was just like, wow, this is it, you know? Music is like life. It's like being in love with something, and when you can't do it, like, it's like you're not like living, you know? Like music is, for me, it's like a drug. Like people get addicted to a lot of things, but like I'm addicted to music. Like if I can't write a song, it frustrates me. If I can't find beats, it really frustrates me. It's like something that I need. It's like a drug for me. So for me, honestly, it starts with the beat. If I find a dope beat, literally within 1 minute, I'll have a chorus. Period. I'll immediately and just it spews out of me. And then with verse, it's a little harder for me because just I want to be lyrical. Like I really want to be lyrical, and that's not something that comes overnight. No matter who you are, like to have flow and lyricism and be relatable, that's just it's harder, you know? So it starts with the chorus for me. Once I get the chorus, I set my tone. Now I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to stick into that concept, and I just spew out all the inspiration and spew out all the lyrics that I can. For me, the song is never complete. It's never complete because I'm like a perfectionist. Like, for example, Deposits, I rewrote that second verse multiple times. It's still not complete to me. If it were to get on the radio, I'd rewrite it until it's better. Like, because it's like, it can never be enough, and that's where I feel like I'm like a perfectionist. If literally only reason I put out Deposits was because I had a show, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna put the song out because I performed it, but I would still be working on that song to this day. So for me, you're never done. Like you always feel like, oh, I can do better, even if it's your best, you know. But I guess that's just with everybody. Like no matter how hard you go at something, you always feel like, dang, I could have went harder. You could have dropped to the floor running on the track. And it's like, damn, I shouldn't have dropped. I should have went harder, you know? So for me, it's never done. So I'm a vocalist. I'm inspired by everybody. Honestly, no BS. Like, I can hear a song, and it's like, oh, shit, that's dope. Literally, if I hear a beat even similar to it, I can write a song just like that. So for me, anything is inspiration just because, like, I'm in this process where I'm like, well, I know I have to study the game, and only way I'm gonna study the game is learn how they're doing it. So for me, it's like right now I don't exactly have my own sound. Right now I'm so influenced by everything because I'm trying to learn how they're doing it, you know? So honestly, everything influences me. I've been through a stage of like I was trying to make beats, right? And I still do make beats. And I'm like listening to them, I'm like, oh, let me see if I can do that. That's inspiration, like, you know? For anything I feel like I'm a potential hit maker. I feel like I write hit choruses, so like Drake inspires me a lot. Like when I say everybody inspires me, man, because it's like little things that you wouldn't realize that you're doing, and like I'm very analytical with songs. Like I'll be sitting in the car listening, and I'm like, that's why they like that, and I take that little piece, and it's like you won't even realize it until I do it. It's like, oh damn, to me it sounds like this person, you don't even know it, but I'm like, yeah, I took that from them, like because they inspired something. Like it could be a cadence, it could be a lyric, it could be a word, dude, like. Pessimistic. As soon as I heard that word, let me write that, you know? So everything inspires me. I'm related to music. What influenced me is like emotions. Like for me, we all have emotions, right? We all go through things. So like the things that I experience, like eventually I'll be able to talk about like, hey, I went through foster care. I'll find a way to help that relate to someone. Like, eventually I'll be able to talk about my college experience, even though it was kind of desolate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really there, but I'll eventually be able to talk about it. Like, honestly, everything that I go through, I'm now working on trying to be personal, like with my lyrics and everything experience. Like, I'm going to talk, somehow I'm going to be able to throw Untitled in there. Somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but somehow I'm going to do it. And it's like, I'm trying to take all these pieces from everywhere that I've been and what I'm doing and make it relatable because, shoot, people have been bowling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people have done these things that we're doing, and sometimes we feel like we're alone, no one does this, or maybe even going through something. Sometimes we be feeling just so down and out, but it's like somebody else has went through that same thing. So it's like everything I do at this point, I'm trying to become more personal and relatable. So everything is fair game. Graduation, get out of college, and from there, I'm trying to be in the studio 4 or 5 times a week, making 20 songs. Like, I want to find, God willing, I want to find a studio. I want to find producers that just feeding me beats. Like, I can go all night. Like, I can make song after song after song, and that's what I want to do. Next stage for me is just spewing out songs, like recording songs back to back to back to back, and then doing it the next day. And because that's, to me, it's like, that's how you make it, like making multiple songs. Like, you got to get those bad ones out. So my next step is graduating and getting into the studio more. In a few years, about 3 to be specific, I'll definitely be a new bubbling artist to the world, not just like local. Like, I'll definitely be one of the artists that are like, damn, that girl's cold. Yeah, how you doing? Like, I've been working my ass off. Like, that'll be me. I'll be your favorite artist ghostwriter. That's gonna be me. Like, I'm gonna be my own artist, but then they're gonna be like, damn, that shit sounds like D. Yeah, I wrote that. Yeah, that's me. So I'm gonna be in everybody's bag. I'm gonna be in my bag, but in everybody's bag. I want to build schools. I want to build like salons. I want to build hotels. Shoot, I want to build coffee shops. I want to build everything, like any and everything that can give someone else a job. Like, I want to build shelters for homeless people. I want to just create a mass amount of jobs and reach that like pinnacle of like, dang, she's a philanthropist for real. Not just giving money back. Like, I want to create a job so you can make money. Like, you'll have the opportunity. I want to change the world. Like, I want to change people. Eventually, like, if music doesn't happen right away, I'll go into teaching. So I'll go into teaching, and I want to change these kids' lives and make them believe, like, hey, you can do whatever you want to do if you just put your mind to it. So I want to genuinely change lives, and not on like I want to make as much money possible, but now, like, the more I realize it doesn't matter. Like, I want to just do what I can and make people happy and myself be happy and just bless the world. I just want to bless the world. Success for me is doing whatever I want to do. Like, it's not a money value. It's not a happy value, because all those things can leave at any moment. So success for me is being able to, I don't want to wake up till 10. Waking up at 10:05. You know? Success for me is like, oh, you want to go to the studio? I can pay for that for you. Oh, y'all want to go to the movies? Let's get it. Like, so let's go. Like, I want to empower everyone around me, and like, I don't know, I guess now it's like success is like having everybody successful. Like, it's not like me being successful, because if I have all the money in the world and like I have to continue to say, as a money aspect, I have to pay for you every time you go, that makes people miserable. That makes people like hate, you know, like so I'm just like, I want everyone to be around me to be successful, so we can all be successful. And then like, that's when all the happiness happens. Like, if I can go fly to Jamaica, you can go fly to Jamaica too, and I don't have to foot you every time, and you can foot yourself, and then like, we can spend hella money or whatever, and like, really enjoy ourselves, and I don't have to worry about like if you're good or like, that's success for me. Like, I want to make sure everyone's good. Like, let's get it, let's go. Like, you know? First of all, shout out to Untitled. They blessing the game. I want to shout out my fam. Shout out Anthony. Shout out Trey. Shout out Alvin. Shout out San Marcos. Shout out Dallas. Man, shout out anybody that's changing someone's lives. You can find my music on SoundCloud. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, Delishia J. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. That's at DELISHIA J. And just shout out to everybody chasing their dreams, because there's not enough of us chasing our dreams. And what I am realizing is a lot of us are chasing other people's dreams. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to those go-getters, those hustlers. No matter what you're hustling, everybody got a trap. So shout out to y'all.